traversing various cities and states in China to bring you stories around heritage conservation and tourism and the partnership between Kenya and China in terms of cooperation and diplomacy, and how this relations has brought fruits back home in Kenya. In particular, I'm in China, Beijing, the capital city of China, and we're here doing a hike on one of the most World Heritage sites that brings a lot of revenue to the government. So we want to see how this particular site can be replicated or same model in Kenya to turn around our heritage sites into a revenue generating stream.
In Beijing, we visit the Great Wall of China, one of the most iconic cultural symbols of the Chinese people, spanning over 20,000 kilometers. The wall is far more than a defensive fortification. It is a monumental masterpiece of ancient construction, architecture, and engineering. Built over a period of 2,000 years through the labor of countless hands, the wall served not only as a military shield but also as a cultural artery, connecting dynasties, regions, and communities.
The wall was joined World Cultural Heritage by UNESCO the same year like Forbidden City. So two famous attractions in China were joined World Cultural Heritage the same year in 1987. So that is Forbidden City and the Great Wall. So when you talk about Chinese famous attraction, the first must be Chinese Wall. So it is the largest strategic fortifications in the world. It was built about 2,000 years ago. So about 2,000 years ago, the whole country not unified. So China undergone more than 5,000 years of history. A few times unified together, and then separate and unified again. So about 2,000 years ago, the whole country not unified. It was mainly divided into many kingdoms, big or small. And at the last, the 7 kingdoms, they defeated other small kingdoms, and they became the 7 most powerful kingdoms. They were Qi, Chu, Yan, Han, Zhao, Wei, Qin. And the kingdoms in North China, they had no problems because the enemies were not only other kingdoms, but also Hans, the nomadic tribe. They lived to the north of China. They were very strong. They fast came and fast went. People's food and treasures were stolen, and the soldiers were killed. So the king in North China, they realized they should build a wall to protect themselves from each other and from the Hans. So the wall first appeared in North China in the 7th century BC.
Today, it stands as a powerful national symbol of resilience and unity, representing the enduring spirit of safeguarding the country and its people. It now proudly welcomes the world to experience its majesty as both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the 7 new wonders of the world.
And in China, there is an old saying. Chinese former leader Chairman Mao used to say, "You are not a real hero until you climb the wall." So after people climb Chinese wall, you are the real hero. So that's why Chinese people and the foreign tourists try to make it.
We have learned a lot. One is the inputs of the government, bringing the basic infrastructure to where the sites are. That's one. 2, these people have done a lot of awareness and education and involving the locals in preserving all these sites. But in our country, that one is lagging behind. We need to involve, we need to do a lot of public participation so that people knows that these things are the resource generating. They are employing young people in this thing. Then the management of our sites. The management of the sites here are well managed. Like they have managed their sites. The difference between the 5-star hotel and even the toilets we are using in these sites are more or less the same. But now, if you come to our site, you will not get even the toilet amenities, water, electricity, which are lacking there.
Protecting universal outstanding values of heritage sites and heritage places is crucial in the overall management of a site. And therefore, this involves the protecting of physical attributes of the site as well as living attributes of the site. Now, as we are seeing here at the Great Wall of China, renovation is a key aspect of conservation and protection of heritage. Due to the large number of people visiting the site, there will always be wear and tear. And this therefore calls for constant renovation, restoration, and making sure that the physical attributes of the site are kept in good order.
Today, it welcomes the world, standing proudly as one of the 7 new wonders and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. For Kenyan scholars and tourism officials, a visit to the Great Wall is more than just sightseeing. It is a study in preservation, resilience, and the power of heritage to shape national identity.
Just 45 minutes I've been walking this particular Great Wall, and it brings me minds and thinking how many years this was built and how could these people, the ancient Chinese, carry the rocks and build such a magnificent structure or the rock. This is indeed a outstanding universal value of the Chinese people. And this is also possible that we can do this back home in Kenya. I want to challenge our stakeholders, our communities, that let us not fail our hills, our rivers to build ballast, to get ballast, as happening in Kajiado, in parts of Kajiado West. It's time we protect anything we have. We need a vision as a country. We need policies that talk to us to protect, to preserve, to promote, and to protect our cultural and natural heritage. This is the heritage of the country. We need to borrow a lot from this.
It has given me a thought into the intrusiveness of our nature as Kenyans. There is a challenge here from the way this building, the construction of the wall, because they have put life into a wall. Life into a wall. We can put life into our heritage and bring it life. A Masai Manyata, give it life. A Wanga Kingdom, give it life. Go to Gede Hills, give it life. Go to Mombasa Town, give it life. Go to Lamu, give it life. And invest in them. And then we shall have this kind of flow of local tourists and international tourists into our regions.
When it comes to infrastructure development and the ecosystem that supports tourism, I think that is well developed in this country. In all the sites that we visited, there was easy access to the sites because of the roads. There was easy access to the displays because of the technologies that are used. And I think this is something that as a country, we should also be able to learn from. There's no reason why, for instance, as a country, we can't deploy resources to make our cultural heritage sites accessible, including the World Heritage Sites, because it takes an effort to access some of these sites in our country at the moment.
You have been a key instrument in implementing the 203 UNESCO convention, and in particular ICH. How are we performing as a country in implementing that in relation to our cooperation with China?
While we have made a bit of strides, we still have a lot of benchmarking to do with a country like China, who have not just looked at culture for the sake of the cultural values, but it has focused on meeting the sustainable development goals.
are in one of the heritage sites in Fuan in China, just to ask learners to come and know, visit some of the attractions.
So Tulo has been very high. First function is for defense function. So the normal height for Tulo, it has 12 meters or 16 meters. It has 4 floors at least. The tallest building has 6 floors, and the lowest building has 3 floors.
Deep in the mountainous regions of the Fujian province lies an architectural marvel unique to the Hakka people, the Tulo. Built from earth, stone, bamboo, and a history, these massive circular or rectangular structures housed up to 800 people in harmony and equality.
This building is about 1,000 years of age, and it's been here inherited from generation to the next generation. Actually, we are told the government pays the people, families who live here so that they can continue living here and then attract visitors locally and internationally. For example, you can imagine how much you paid in visa fees, how much you paid at the gate to come in here. The families get a bit of that money, and then they live here to preserve this very important heritage site. So I think we can learn a lot from what we have learned here and what we've seen in China about the place of culture, especially cultural heritage, especially monuments, and how they can help us to contribute to the national income and revenues. And if our government could just move a little bit to preserve and invest in cultural heritage sites, and then also motivate heritage holders and practitioners, we can go in a long way in getting a lot more in terms of development.
The Tianlokeng Tulo Cluster, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is one of the most iconic and well-preserved examples of Tulo architecture in China. It features 5 distinctive earthen buildings arranged in 4 smaller circular Tulo, encircling a larger central one. This symbolic layout reflects the traditional Hakka family structure, where each outer Tulo represents a different family branch, and the central Tulo serves as a communal hub.
No, this building, another building. Yeah, of course, we have a very big building and much bigger than this one. Yes, 402 rooms. This building is 270 rooms.
When you are in China here, you can feel the heritage of our people, just right from the tea and how they live to the Tulo community and other communities that we have been exposed to. I want to say that we have a lot to do back home. We have a lot to do to talk to our government and the county government so that they come up with centers of excellence from the cultural perspective to remain in position of defending our diversity in the culture formations.
The training, the seminar is on intangible cultural heritage of China and how we are going to develop our tourism products in Kenya. And we are very, very excited to be here in Tulo. Tulo are earth homes that are built 3,000 plus years ago. And some of them have been renovated, but they give a rich history, a rich culture. And it is important that we pick lessons from this country
as we continue with our collaboration and cooperation so that we can improve on our existing World Heritage sites.
High in the mist mountains of Fujian, the Tulo rise like ancient rings of community, built for defense yet lived in with warmth and harmony. They embody a living heritage of resilience and unity. Carved into the limestone cliffs along the Yi River, the Longmen Grottoes in Luoyang are a home to over 100,000 Buddhist stone statues. From the northern Yi dynasty to the flourishing Tang, each figure embodied devotion and pinnacle of Chinese stone carving. This inspiring complex stands as a monumental testament to the artistic and spiritual achievements of ancient China.
Among China's 8 ancient capital cities, Luoyang is the earliest one with the longest history, and it is the birthplace of Chinese ancient civilization. And Luoyang was established about 4,000 years ago, when China's first ancient dynasty named Xia, it was established Luoyang as their ancient capitals. So Luoyang was an ancient capital with 13 dynasties. You know, the Longmen Grottoes is the most famous grottos in China. Yeah, and it has a long history, over 1,500 years old. And the Longmen beauty scene is the most beautiful scene in Luoyang city. And this grottos was established in the Northern Wei dynasty over 1,500 years ago. And the large construction lasted for over 400 years. And the total amount of Buddhist statues inside can reach to 110,000 Buddha statues. And inside there are so many stelaes, caves, and Buddhas and Buddhist pagodas inside. Buddhism was translated from India into China, and Luoyang was the first stop for the Buddhism from India to China. And about Buddhist, we always say Buddhism, there are 3 different levels of the Buddhism. They are Arhats, Bodhisattvas, and Buddha.
Recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2000, the Longmen Grottoes remain a treasure destination, especially for those drawn to the depths of Chinese history, religion, and art.
Arguably, these Buddhas were done by the only female emperor of China, and at that time there was war, and since they could not finish, making them because of the war, they are now referred to as the most ugliest Buddhas in the history of China and all dynasties.
Longmen Grottoes, China has 4 famous grottos for the Buddhism. Yeah, Longmen Grottoes is one of them, and it is the most famous because the amount of the Buddhas was the most, and the Buddha statues, the last one is the largest one in China. And it was put in the first group of the World Heritages by the UNESCO in the Henan province. It is the first scenic spot. Yeah, so for the tourism from all over the around and foreigner tourists to come to China and come to Luoyang, the Longmen Grottoes is the first choice to come to Luoyang for the tourists.
Through centuries of war, weather, and political upheaval, the Longmen Grottoes survived and were born as a global treasure protected by Chinese law. As part of China's global cultural diplomacy, the Seminar of Intangible Cultural Heritage and Tourism Integration welcomes Kenya's cultural leaders to Zanzibar. From calligraphy to ancient architecture, from Tulo temples to Kenya's cultural custodians, finds resonance and inspiration in China's deep roots.
And of course, the 1970 convention that on restitution of cultural property that we ratified the other day. All these conventions to be implemented requires resources. So the government must take serious intervention measures to ensure that the culture sector is well funded.
From the Great Walls, enduring stones to Kenya's vibrant oral traditions, this journey has revealed that heritage is not just preserved, it is lived. It is a dialogue that stretches across time and borders. As Kenya and China journey together, we are reminded that the monuments we create, whether built on stone or formed through shared experience, have the power to bring communities together and inspire generations to come. For Culture Quest, I'm Levis Musumba.
Wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu.